I've been having a bit of trouble with the settings on my scope. I could zero at 20 yards and in different ranges it will either hit to the left or to the right. I know it's not the scope, 412 by 40 Simmons Deerfield, so my attention was drawn to the mounts. If you just pinch up the clamps, everything seems fine, but I'm still convinced there's something wrong. You can get 11mm rails and 3/8 rails, and you can get the mounts to fit them. What a lot of people advise is this removable clamp, you can turn it round to accommodate either side's rail, but the problem with that is the fixed clamp is going to be drawn towards the rail as you tighten up, and doesn't matter which way round you put it, they're going to be drawn in opposite directions like that. If you think about what the clamp, in effect, the movable clamp and the fixed clamp is doing. If you've got the rail, that's a fixed item, and you've got a fixed side of the clamp and a movable side of the clamp, that's what happens. If you have them the same way around, they will be drawn over to one side or the other. Makes no difference. Simple test to see if your mounts are going to cause you problems is very simple. Put the movable clamp and tighten it to one side, the movable clamp on the opposite side, just pinch it up, and that gives you a little bit of a clue to what's wrong. They're not level, they're not flush. If you tried to mount a scope like this, you would be putting it on twisted, and there is no way you'd want to do that. It's fairly obvious something is wrong, and no matter what people tell you, if your mounts are not going to keep your scope in line with the barrel, you're going to have problems. One way of overcoming this is BKL twin straps. Two fixed clamps. They get drawn together as you tighten the screws. If the clamp is a little bit narrow, all you do is take one screw out, put it into the threaded part there, screw it down, and then it forces the other clamp opposite apart, just giving you that little bit of extra width to get it in. With these, it doesn't matter how you put them on, clamps the same or clamps opposite for the screws. When you do tighten them up, they're going to be level. As they're a fixed clamp and not a movable clamp you're trying to tighten up, it does take a bit of force, and you really need to make sure that's tightened up properly. There we are, nice and flush and level. No matter which way round I put these clamps, I know for certain my scope is going to be in line with the barrel, so it doesn't matter what range I zero at, the left to right will not alter. If the twin straps are a little bit bulky, there's a single strap version. Again, as you can see, two fixed clamps, hole there that's threaded, pass the screw right through that one instead and it will open the clamp up, and just like the double straps, Doesn't matter which way around you put them on. Screw either side. When you tighten them up, they're going to be level. Again, because it's two fixed clamps you're tightening up, bit of force there is needed. There you are, nice and flush, even though it's opposite. When you're mounting the scope, it's fairly obvious. You don't want it over to the left or over to the right or twisted in any way. You want it level, absolutely level. So if you're having trouble, you can hit the ball very tight groups at one range, but it's over to the left or over to the right at another range, then I suggest you take the clamps off, turn them around opposite, and just give that simple test. If you've got problems, take your rifle into the gun shop and ask to try on different mounts to see which ones will actually fit good on your rifle. It'll save you a bit of money to get the correct clamps, and it'll save you a lot of frustration.